The Boeing 747 Dreamlifter is a wide-body cargo aircraft. Cargo is placed in the aircraft by the world's longest cargo loader. It is an extensively modified Boeing 747-400 and is used exclusively for transporting 787 aircraft parts to Boeing's assembly plants from suppliers around the world. Development: Boeing Commercial Airplanes announced on October 13, 2003 that, due to the length of time required by land and marine shipping, air transport will be the primary method of transporting parts for the Boeing 787 Dreamliner. Initially, 3 used passenger 747-400 aircraft were to be converted into an outsize configuration in order to ferry sub-assemblies from Japan and Italy to North Charleston, South Carolina, and then to Washington State for final assembly, but a 4th was subsequently added to the program. The large cargo freighter has a bulging fuselage similar in concept to the Super Guppy and Airbus A300-600 St. Beluga outsize cargo aircraft, which are also used for transporting wings and fuselage sections. At 65,000 cubic feet the cargo hold is the largest in the world, and it can hold 3 times the volume of a 747-400F freighter. Design phase equals. The LCF conversion was partially designed by Boeing's Moscow Bureau and Boeing Rocketdyne, with the swing tail designed in partnership with Gamesa Aeronautica of Spain. Modifications were carried out in Taiwan by Evergreen Aviation Technologies Corporation, a joint venture of Evergreen Group's EVA and General Electric. Boeing has acquired the 4 second-hand 747-400 seconds. 1 former Air China aircraft, 2 former China Airlines aircraft, and 1 former Malaysia Airlines aircraft. The first 747 large cargo freighter was rolled out of the hangar at Taipei Taiwan International Airport on August 17, 2006. It successfully completed its first test flight on September 9, 2006 from this airport. The 747 LCF's unusual appearance has drawn comparisons to the Oscar Mayer airmobile and the Hughes H-4 Hercules. Due to its ungainly form, exacerbated by the fact that the need for immediate testing resulted in the first model remaining unpainted for some time, Boeing Commercial Airplanes President Scott Carson jokingly apologized to 747 designer Joe Sutter that he was sorry for what we did to your plane. Operational history. Flight testing . On September 16, 2006, N747BC arrived at Boeing Field, Seattle to complete the flight test program. Swing tail testing was done at the Boeing factory in Everett. The second airplane, N780BA, made its inaugural test flight on February 16, 2007. The third began modification in 2007. The first 2 LCFs entered service in 2007 to support the final assembly of the first 787 Dreamliners. Delivery times for the 787's wings, built in Japan, will be reduced from around 30 days to just over 8 hours with the 747 LCF. Evergreen International Airlines, a U.S. air freight operator based in McMinnville, Oregon, operated the LCF fleet until August 2010. Then Atlas Air, which was awarded a 9-year contract for the operation of the aircraft in March 2010, took over LCF operation. Evergreen had achieved a 93% on-flight schedule performance with the LCF, and sued Boeing for $175 million, which the court mostly dismissed. Into service . In June 2006, the first DBL-100 cargo loader used for loading 787 parts into the 747 LCF was completed. In December 2006, Boeing announced the 747 LCF would be named Dreamlifter, a reference to the 787's name, Dreamliner. It unveiled a standard livery for the aircraft that included a logo reminiscent of the 787's Dreamliner logo. Certification was initially planned for early 2007, but was pushed back to June 2007. The aircraft's winglets were removed to resolve excess vibration and other handling characteristics prior to final certification. In the meantime, as part of the flight test program, LCF delivered major sections of the 787 from partner sites around the world to the Boeing factory in Everett, Washington for final assembly. The 747 LCF was granted FAA type certification on June 2, 2007. From its first flight in 2006 until certification in 2007, the Dreamlifter completed 437 hours of flight testing along with 639 hours of ground testing. Of the 4 747 Dreamlifters Boeing acquired, 3 were complete and operational by June 2008, and the 4th became operational in February 2010. Specifications. The 747 LCF main cargo compartment has a volume of 65,000 cubic feet. Sources: Boeing 747-400 specifications, Boeing 747 Airport Report, 747 LCF fact sheet. See also: Related development, Boeing 747-400, aircraft of comparable role, configuration and era, Airbus A300-600 St. Beluga, Aerospace Lines Super Guppy, Aerospace Lines Pregnant Guppy, Antonov and 225 MRIA. References, Notes. Bibliography, Norris, Guy and Mark Wagner. Boeing 787 Dreamliner. Minneapolis, Minnesota, Zenith Press, 2009. ISBN 978-0-7603-2815-6. External links, Boeing Fact Sheet.